Oh man, Natoba, you're going to get smoked. Yeah, this storm is about to form right on you. Secondary low coming in that big trough, and it's going to blow. There's going to be snow, there's going to be rain, there's going to be some maybe freezing rain even in between. It's quite a system. Eastern Saskatchewan going to get some of that too. The weather warnings are up. There is a snowfall warning also for Allison Summit on Highway 3 in BC as well. I had a power outage for a number of hours here, so I wasn't able to make proper updates about that at the time. But I've been telling you all week, the southern passes are going to be taking snow. So are you surprised? I was right. Not if you've been watching for a long time. Okay, let's go. There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They try mopping this. Hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, come back again and again and again and again and again. Just watching helps me with that ad revenue. Become a channel member if you want to bring your support to the next level. Find me on Patreon, Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers. Interior Weather Wilderness Watchers. Interior Weather Watchers. That's what I am on Patreon. I don't even know. Oh boy, I'm terrible at this. Okay, let's get on with some details. The cold front has already been passing through Alberta. It was quite warm in the notch in front. But now the cold front's coming down behind and temperatures are dropping in BC. And behind, we're going to see a couple of days of cooler weather ahead. There's that snowfall warning for Highway 3. So if you're on Hope, you're in Hope and you're trying to go east, Highway 3 is probably the least desirable highway soon, as that snowfall warning will come into effect. But we're not there to talk about that so much. We've already talked this morning about snowfall warnings in the Rockies, special weather statements. So here we have going on. So for northern Manitoba, first of all, for the Thompson area, all places east, north, and west of places like Puckatawagan, going to see some snowfall. Watuso Lake there, all these locations under the snowfall warning. So here's what we're saying right now. 15 to 25 centimeters expected. May start as rain in areas under the warning before transitioning to snow on Sunday afternoon. Snowfall amounts after the transition will be 10 to 20 centimeters by the end. However, there could be some smaller pockets of snowfall hitting 25 centimeters. Snowfall will end west to east starting Monday evening in western regions and by Tuesday morning further east. Over on the Saskatchewan side, snowfall warning for them too. 15 to 25 centimeters. Visibility may be reduced by snow there. Heading further on down, Manitoba. The Manitoba-Saskatchewan border, we got a rainfall warning, but that's for both sides. So that's why I was saying Manitoba. Rain will be falling ahead of a transition to snow on Sunday evening. The current forecast that the heaviest precipitation will fall as rain in these southern areas, triggering the rainfall warning and then changing to snow as the bulk of the precipitation tapers off. There is uncertainty about the timing of the snow transition and when that's expected to happen. We got a winter storm watch for those areas around Lake Winnipeg. Strong fall weather system with uncertain wintry mix of precipitations poised to impact Manitoba beginning early Sunday morning through Tuesday. This will enter Manitoba from Saskatchewan. The precipitation likely as rain before transitioning to snow. You've already heard that. 30 to 50 millimeters of rain may happen in these rainfall warning areas. And then we also have the special weather statement, 30 to 60 millimeters of rain possible on the Saskatchewan side. It will also be bringing strong winds. That's one thing that's not being mentioned here yet, and we'll talk about that a lot, is the chance of very strong winds, 100 kilometers an hour or more in this system. Hank Vliester there from our podcast. Make sure you tune in every Thursday night, by the way, 6:30 p.m. right here on Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. Hank was heading through into Alberta, and he crossed through the cold front. What happened was it went very windy and very clear and very cold. This is just a couple examples, these images of what Hank was seeing, and that gives you an idea. The cold that's available swooping down in, but the warm that's in front of this that's making this storm that's about to form very, very powerful indeed. So you got dust blowing on the prairies there ahead of the cold front coming on through. There it is. You can see the cold front. This is a map of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Unfortunately, there's no names or any words on there, so you have to kind of guess where you are. Not even any lakes on these maps, unfortunately. There's the secondary low riding on up the trough. 986 millibar low. That's the Canadian model, so I'm interested in seeing that. 984, that's powerful. That's powerful. Look at these tight isobars. That's very strong winds on that backside. So we saw a special weather statement that was already calling for winds. And I think on Sunday, those winds are going to pick up and into Monday, and you're going to really see, obviously you can see where the heavy rainfall is in the green. You can see in the blue where the snowfall is. And we got a bit of a transition mix that's going to happen in this sector. We'll watch in a minute. That's why there's so much uncertainty, because it's, how far north will the warm go? Where will the cold sit? That's really, where the deciding factor will be. And that line can be a matter of 50 or 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers. Variation could make for a very different forecast for what you and your area might get. The yellow in that last image, of course, was heavier rain. Now you can see the transition, sleet along that section there. You can imagine Lake Winnipeg's kind of around here, and then you got the heavy snowfall on the backside. Maybe freezing rain. Yeah, that's possible. And the heavy winds through central Manitoba, the heavy winds coming into Monday, overnight Sunday into Monday. This is going to be a big story, and it's going to drop a lot of snow along these sections, along these sectors in behind, and then finally going out towards Hudson Bay as a powerful mid-latitude cyclone. All right, so here's our low. First low that's going on up through into the north, bringing the temperatures down in behind it. It's dropping our temperatures, right? And that's helping to feed the next low that's going to form right in here in the pocket. You can see the thunderstorms that are spiking up in the northern plains states. There's that low first starting to form now in 992, Saturday night, overnight. Now the low is its own low beginning to form along this big, long trough, which really affects pretty much all of North America. Look how big this trough is. It's having widespread weather effects. Weather effects everywhere that are a little different. But for Manitoba, they're the big story. There's the snowfall in Calgary. There's some of the snowfall in BC. We got the warnings for snowfall in eastern British Columbia. Here comes the rain. Thunderstorms ahead of it in southern Saskatchewan, and heavy rain already and winds in Manitoba. And we're going to get to a certain point where we're going to stop and look at the wind speeds especially. But as you can see, the temperature is warm on this side, cold on this side and the back side. That's how these mid-latitude cyclones work. Large thunderstorm system moving right through the center of the province because of it. Maybe a little thunder snow in behind somewhere. Sure, that happens during these kinds of weather outbreaks. A little bit of snowfall still in the foothills, as you can see. Rainfall pretty heavy in southern Saskatchewan. Rainfall very heavy on the Saskatchewan-Manitoba border. Transitioning mix there. It's a big, strong low. 984 tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. This is going to possibly knock out power and things like that. Let's just stop now as we're looking overnight. Look at some of the wind gusts that are possible here. What do we have for strong wind gusts? And maybe we'll come back and look at precipitation again in a minute, but I think these wind gusts are key. They're the ones that are going to really make a difference as to what happens for your Thanksgiving Monday. 102 kilometers an hour through central Manitoba, 100 kilometer an hour gusts. Those are gusts, not steady winds, but still, if you're getting 100 kilometer an hour gusts during your Thanksgiving weekend, that could definitely make for some widespread power outages. I got snowfall falling right here in Wells right now, as a matter of fact. First time I've seen proper snow falling in the valley so far this entire year. Let's see if we can tilt the camera and have a look out the window and see if we can see any of it. Can you see any? There's snowfall falling in Wells, my friends, right here on the channel. Snowfall falling in Wells. We'll just keep our eye on that for a second here. We'll just give you one more playthrough here for you. One more playthrough. You can see that heavy rain, probably thunderstorms embedded in there early Sunday morning. Heavy rainfall in those thunderstorms. Look out. Coming right through Dauphin, right through central Manitoba. Heavy winds that'll be coming, especially Monday morning, but you're going to see winds start to pick up on Sunday. While these storms are moving on through, the cold front comes in behind. Now we got a little bit of rainfall, heavy rain, snowfall line in behind that, maybe a little bit of snowfall for Regina. Snowfall up through Thompson, Flin Flon, Manitoba, Hudson Bay, Prince Albert, Yorkton, all those places taking some snowfall. Big transition from heavy rain to snowfall in areas around Lake Winnipeg, more or less, right? That central part of Manitoba. Watching how this whole system's going to move on through here into Monday morning. That's when our heaviest winds are probably going to be early Monday morning. So, we're concerned for your Thanksgiving dinners, all of you, that you're not going to have trees on lines and power outages and things like that, because she is going to blow pretty hard. Some models I seen the other day even had up to 130 kilometers an hour. So these look a little bit more reserved. So that's I'm hoping that that's a good sign that we have better knowledge, better understanding, better insight. And we know that maybe the winds won't be quite 130 kilometers, quite hurricane force. Okay, there it is. The snow falling in Wells, BC, right here, right now. Told you it was going to happen. Look at all that snow. Oh, that's gross. That's awesome. Okay, well, hit like, share, subscribe. Come on back to the channel anytime. There's a kitten sleeping there in the corner. He just wants you to become a channel member. That's what he's sitting there dreaming about. All the channel members that this snowfall out my window might conjure up for us. Okay, bye now. Stay safe, Manitoba. Stay safe, Saskatchewan.